I'm Jessica Lombard, Associate Superintendent.
And I'm Superintendent John Berkey, and this is Huntley 158 Today. Can you believe that later this month is graduation already?
This year has just flown by. I'm sure that we've got some students here who are super excited about that, and others that are going to be sad to see the year come to an end.
And we actually have several of those students on the show today.
We do, and so let me introduce them. We have Noah and Hal and Myranda and Gunnar. Why don't you each, we'll start with you, Noah. Tell us a little bit about your senior year and what your plans are after graduation.
I would say senior year is probably my favorite year so far because, it's towards the end of the school year, so, I'm almost out of here. But basically, I joined the Army National Guard because I knew they'd pay for my college and stuff like that, and I always knew I wanted to join the military from a young age, so.
Great.
Yeah.
And what about you, Hal?
Senior year has also been my favorite. I've had the best electives, and I joined the Army last August, and I shipped in the beginning of June. So yeah, I'm excited to join the Army and have fun.
Fantastic. Myranda?
I'm actually a junior here at Huntley High School, and my plan is that I'm being shipped to basic training on May 30th, and I'll be coming back right before school starts, and I'll finish my senior year. And then I joined the Army National Guard, and I did that because my goal in life is to become a cardiothoracic surgeon, and I knew that the National Guard would help pay my way through college.
Fantastic. And Gunnar, how about you?
Personally, senior year is my favorite because I'm almost out of here also. I enlisted in the Marine Corps mainly for challenge and see my way through life because, I don't know, just want to step through that way.
Well, as our viewers can see, there's a theme here today.
There is.
Our graduates go a lot of different paths, and some go directly to four-year colleges, some go to two-year colleges, some go to the workforce. But we have a number of students that go into the military, and we all know how important that is for our country, that we have students that are going into our military, and we really kind of wanted to showcase that today and learn a little bit about why students choose that path and what it's like. And several of you mentioned why you're doing that, but could you maybe, Noah, you enlisted last year, could you maybe talk about the process? So if a student wants to be in the military, at what point in high school do you enlist, and what happens between when you do that and before you actually go in after you graduate?
Yeah, so basically, if anyone's interested in joining the military, usually it starts with talking to a recruiter. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, because usually, with the Army and that, you can enlist at 17. So usually it all starts with talking to a recruiter, so it just takes that step to, go and be like, okay, is this what I want to do? What branch do I want to join? What kind of job do I want? Basically, you talk to them, and they'll, you'll end up signing paperwork. If you do want to enlist, you'll sign an application form. And what they do is they send you to MEPS. It's the Military Entrancing and Processing Station for the military. And basically, you go through there, they do a bunch of medical tests, stuff like that, make sure you're healthy for the military. They don't check to make sure you're fit, because that's what they do for you at basic. They'll prepare you there. But they just check to make sure that you're healthy and well, and then, that's usually what happens. Then you usually get your ship date for basic and all of that.
So you talked about next steps then would be basic. Yeah. That would be coming up here. What do you expect to see from that?
I expect to see a lot of physical training, a lot of running, a lot of push-ups, a lot of stuff like that. And you'll get your unit assigned while you're there. Learn a lot of the Army values, and you'll be taught to stay in shape and how to eat and stay healthy. So, yeah.
Can you talk to us about why you chose the Marine Corps? Everyone chooses a different branch, but you chose the Marine Corps.
I don't know. I kind of feel like there's a stronger brotherhood in the Marines, and honor is a big thing for the Marine Corps. And I don't know, I value that in my life, and just the way they uphold themselves. I just want to be able to take a part of that.
Most of you have been in Huntley School District for most of your life, your career here. Talk about, I'm going to ask each one of you to tell us something, whether it's been the school district or the high school specifically, that has prepared you for your next step going into the military. Myranda, why don't we start with you?
Well, I would say that, I've always been pushed when it came to, schoolwork here at Huntley High School. And I think that, whether being pushed academically or being pushed physically, it has the same kind of concept in my brain, where you have to push yourself So I've been to go into the military, I've been pushing myself physically on my own, and then it's the same concept as Huntley High School has pushed me academically.
For me, the electives I've taken, especially senior year and in Huntley High School throughout my time here, they've really given me an insight on what I want to do further education-wise, especially in the military. Yeah, a lot of the electives I've taken have really made me think of what I want to do and help me with that.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same thing with Hal. Taking electives I know current issues, modern war conflicts, all that sort of stuff that goes on in the world really interested me. So it kind of helped push my drive towards wanting to do something for the country. So.
Well, I really want to thank all of you for being with us today, but even more than that, I want to thank you for the choice you've made to go into the military, and also for our other students who have chosen to go into the military. We all know it's a perilous time in our world, unfortunately, but you've all chosen to help defend our country, and we really have a lot of respect for the path you've chosen, and we wish you the best of luck as you leave Huntley High School.
And thank you for joining us at Huntley 158 today. If there are future guests you'd like seen on our show or topics you'd like discussed, please reach out to us at our District 158 Facebook page or Twitter, #Ask158. Until next time.